Walk with me.
Here's a thought. Have you tried creating different assistants for different rooms of your house? Let me explain what I mean.
Whether you're using Home Assistant's chat feature or a local speaker like the Satellite One, you need a pipeline. A pipeline is like a custom package that you get to put together that describes how your smart home device should work. Now, this package contains the agent, which is like the brain that thinks through the request. It also contains a speech-to-text engine, which is responsible for converting your voice into text. And lastly, it also has a text-to-speech engine, which will convert written text from either you or the agent into sound. Now, here's the strange part. When Pipelines was first introduced into Home Assistant, local devices like the Sat1 did not exist. You primarily experienced the flexibility of the pipelines in Home Assistant's chat feature called Assist. But now that we have these local devices, I find myself typically choosing my best pipeline and using that for these devices. But what if there's an advantage to using multiple pipelines?
Instead of creating one pipeline or AI to rule them all, just create specialists. We create specialty AIs that allow you to tap in to the thing that is most meaningful for the room that it's in. Here's an example. In my office, the thing that I do most often is turn on and off, let's say, the studio lights, set timers just for myself, play music, and kind of, let's say, scheduling. Like, I would listen to the calendar, figure out what do I have on the schedule, what needs to happen next. Those are like the four major things. Maybe on rare occasions, I may try to control the lights or the cameras in other places in the room, but realistically, I find that when I look at what I do in my office, those are like the four major things. Let me actually back up and say why. Like, why would you want something specialized based off of the room or context that it's in? This is just my personal observation. I could be wrong. You could hold a different opinion. But I find that when a device is generic, that it often gets ignored. It often isn't used to its fullest potential. Let me give you an example. The Google Nest, right? The device can do a ton of stuff like create timers. It can do math, tell stories, talk about your calendar. It does like a whole wide range of things. How many of you use all of the features that are there? For those of you that do have it, like how many of you take advantage of all the features? Reasonably, I would say not very many, not many of you. And this doesn't include the new features that they come up with. Like for instance, when I used to use like Amazon's version, they would constantly roll up with new updates. And would I memorize any of that? No. Did I use all of it? No. You had like the core things that you would do. And even then, those core things, hold on, there's a lot of noise here. It's like a truck back there. Okay, yeah, so even with all the features, I wouldn't use all of them. And even depending on where I am, I would use even less. So it used to be in my kids' room. Primarily, we're using that for communication and to start music. That's pretty much it. Not using anything else. So why struggle or beat myself up in trying to get a smart home device to do every single thing when I don't even use every single thing? And you might be thinking, but why not? If all of the other devices does every single thing, why would I want a device that does less than everything? To be honest, that's a good question. And I don't have the best answer, but the answer that I have in the moment right now is I've seen and work with AI in different capacities, both at work and personally at home. And the thing that I'm noticing is that the more that you give it to do, the more that it has to keep track of, the more likely it is to get things wrong. And it's when it gets those things wrong, does the experience drop significantly. And it isn't like, oh, it just added something wrong. This is more fundamental where, and this is the reason why I left Amazon, their ecosystem, is that in the one or two times when you ask it to do something and it just does it incorrectly, it doesn't hear you right or whatever, it's really annoying, like really annoying. You just want something that works reliably because you feel like you're not asking like the world, but for some reason it can't do like the basic stuff. So if I'm creating my own personal smart home and I have these local devices, why would I want to put it in a situation where it would be just as good as, or just as bad really, as the other experiences that I left. But let me talk about it from a positive spin, right? By it specializing in specific tasks. So for instance, let's take my office. If within the office, I only needed to do a few specific things, then those few specific things that it does can be done to a very high level. I can now have it focus and do really awesome things, and I don't have to worry about it hallucinating as much or getting things wrong, or me just going out of pocket and just expecting the world when it's not going to deliver. It's crazy. We have so much bunnies out here. Like legit, this neighborhood have no predators. Otherwise, they won't be this bold. Sometimes I can walk right up to it, man. And they're like, what's good? You got carrots? Yeah, man. They're looking too comfy out here. So here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to create 3 different pipelines. One for my bedroom, one for my office, one for the kitchen. I'm going to set up the SAT1 in each of the different rooms, and I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how my family interacts with it. And the idea is that the experience that it gives, because it's specialized, should be good enough where they don't even realize that Google is missing and that they're like, I want the experience to be pretty much in parity with what I have now. I'll keep you posted on the results.
Good news, the results are in. Spoiler alert though, it's pretty out of the box.